So the program, it started a while ago because what we did was we did classes about every other week with, there was only like 2 weeks where we didn't, which was 2 Jewish holidays because, yes. And it was very interesting to learn in the class. Some of the things I had learned before because public school, like K to 8, I went to a Jewish school. So I had already learned like a lot of in-depth stuff about the Holocaust. So some of that was very like, it wasn't new to me, but it was really like the other different types of human rights things that weren't just like the genocide of like that was really like my interest in learning more, because I wanted to like further learn more about the stuff. So that was really good. And on that, so when I was volunteering, I volunteered at a program. We do it every year. I've volunteered there for a couple years now. So they call it Coming Out of the Cold. So pretty much the Jewish community does this, and we make a giant meal for, I want to say 300 to 400 people, and it's people that are like it's kind of like a food bank type thing, and it's a hot meal in the middle of like February, and it's good. And this year there were Syrian refugees that had come to London who came to this meal, and we had translators there and everything, so it was very cool. And one other big part about it is we have donated like jackets, winter jackets, that we get people to take when they really need them, and so it's a very cool experience to interact with the people and see their stories. Yeah, I've really learned to appreciate like certain like things that I've come to like I've like learned to appreciate like the food that I have every day and all of those things, and my clothes, and like how just the extracurricular activities that I'm able to do. I've learned to appreciate all of those things so much more than I did before this program. Just from like, for example, we were at I think it was the Winnipeg Harvest yesterday, and there's a panel of people, and they talked to us, and they really got to me and like showed me, like made me realize how like many people don't have a lot of things when they're growing up, like just basic things that you feel like, oh well, yeah, I make myself a peanut butter sandwich when I come home from school every day, but like lots of people, they don't have that snack when they come home. They just like hopefully will have 2, maybe 3, like they just will eat when they can, but they don't know where their next meal's coming from. It's really, so I personally have no clue what I want to be when I grow up. So it's really made me think about that, and how that in my future I really want to have an influence on people in like a good way. And I've always wanted to, and I've always thought like, well, when I get older, I want to do something that has an impact, not just some like small thing. But I still now I don't know, but it's really made me like think like more like in certain directions about helping out people, and just that like there's a lot of things that you don't necessarily think are important, but when you go in depth in them, there's a lot of people that are affected by them, so they really are like very important things.